Good evening, everyone. Hi, I'm Yocelin from Yuchung International School, Hong Kong. A friend recently recommended me a book called The Moon and the Sixpence. It is a story about the conflict between societal expectations and the pursuit of one's dreams. There's one quote in particular that really struck me. There are people who have a passion for art, and there are people who have a passion for life. The heart wants what it wants, but the world ultimately demands viability. And this led me to question a really important issue among many of us. Should we strive for our own dreams or pursue practicality that everyone tells us to do so? Let's explore this paradox here today together. When I was 10 years old, I won a scientific drawing competition hosted by the Royal Society of Biology. And this moment truly ignited my passion for blending both science and art together. Growing up, I would often go art jamming with families and friends. And I would also spend a lot of time with my father, who's a marine biologist interested in art, but ultimately pursued a career in science. In his laboratory, I would see how artistic expression actually illuminates scientific concepts. Well, he has this really interesting habit of doodling while having meetings. Turns out, they weren't just idle sketches. They're actually deeply connected to his scientific projects, especially to his eco-marine tiles all over the Hong Kong shoreline nowadays. As you can see, here is his original art, and here's his end pieces. But once I entered high school, the pressure to conform to a practical career grew. At every single family gathering, I'll be bombarded by the dreaded question of, who do I want to become in the future? Which college do I want to go to? Which major do I intend to study? And on top of that, my parents would joke about the stereotypical Asian kid careers that we all know. Doctor, lawyer, engineer, we've heard it all, blah, blah, blah. So during this time, I realized I had so many dream jobs while growing up. Here's an example of me wanting to be a professor out of my other 100 choices, like Barbie did. Like many other teenagers do, I feel the pressure to conform to my parents' footsteps, thinking that following traditional routes is the only way to success. Though they celebrated my IGCSE arts grades, they still feel the artistic career is being really unstable. Well, I get where they're coming from. They just want me to have a secure future and a well-earning income. However, whenever I look at peers thrive in art, going to their own exhibitions and dream art schools, it makes me question, truly, can I really follow my passion? Or should I be following a path that I would not enjoy ultimately? My family members would always want me to be a woman in STEM, highlighting its value for me in the future. So during a discussion with my university counselor about my aspirations in medicine, I voiced my concern about, am I actually going to abandon my love for art entirely just to choose a path that I don't enjoy? But he highlighted the importance of artistic expression in fields like cosmetic medicine and plastic surgery. And this was a turning point for me. It's a revelation that I could combine both my practical interests and an actual career together. Reflecting on my own experiences, I found out that science requires an ample lot of creativity as well. Being a plastic surgeon requires both technical skills as well as artistic vision. And a few years back, I had a quite interesting experience. I removed the skin tag on my chin with a plastic surgeon, and I realized how these small aesthetic changes can lead to a significant boost in your self-confidence. In more extreme cases like accidents and burns, skin grafting and reconstructive surgery can even save lives. I believe that finding balance means also managing your time effectively. With the very rigorous IB schedule and stress, it's so hard to carve time out for art. However, I still make a conscious effort to fit in creative sessions during my holidays, work out larger and more intricate pieces. Here are some recent pieces that I drew and doodled over time in these past 2 years. And I feel like these are actually a really good way to reconnect and reignite your passion for whatever you do. To all the parents out there, here's a really important message for you, so listen up. It's totally understandable to have dreams and expectations for your kids. But if they want to be a professional balloon artist, do not burst their bubble. I mean, you have your own opinions, so do they. Instead of trying to cancel their aspirations, why not encourage them to explore and find balance? After all, practicality is a really tricky dance, and a little compromisation goes a long way. I believe this method is actually really important for other hobbies and interests as well, be it sports, gaming, music, such as how I prioritize my art in my free time. I believe this enriches your overall well-being and contributes to your mental health. Another important and powerful solution is to embrace interdisciplinary studies. By exploring fields that combine multiple aspects, you can actually foster a more holistic education. And studying a subject that combines your interests also leads you to having a broader perspective in life and gaining a very unique skill set. A lot of groundbreaking ideas and innovations stem from the intersection of disciplines. For example, combining art and science together leads to breakthroughs in healthcare innovations, which contributes to our future. And this approach also allows you to have flexibility in your career as your interest changes over time. In conclusion, I encourage everyone to embrace both your practical pathways and your dreams. Life is not about choosing one over the other. It's a journey of exploration and balance. So instead of trying to confine ourselves to societal expectations, let's dare to ask, number one, how do we balance and manage both our practical pathways and dream pursuits? Number two, how do we manage our time effectively? And number three, how do we seek for interdisciplinary opportunities to enrich our lives? Thank you, TEDx, so much for this opportunity, and I hope everyone in the audience can also find their dreams one day. Thank you, everyone, and have a good evening.